I'm Andrea, and today I'm going to be doing a really simple card. I've got a couple of cards coming up that are kind of clothing themed. There seems to be quite popular at the minute to do that kind of twin set and pearls card that's been going around, and mother of the bride card, and the baby grow card seems to be quite common as well. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Now this was inspired, or even cased almost, because it's nearly the same, from a card that was entered into a challenge on the Joyous sets. So I'm not claiming credit for this. I've only seen it once and I thought it was great, and so I've tried to copy it, but I can't remember how it was done, and I never saw any measurements or anything like that. But if I do find who made it, and if they do have a tutorial or a blog, I'll link it below. Okay, and I'll probably caption here to say who it was once I remember. Alright, so for this then, I'm using up scraps, so it's a really unusual size and dimensions. I'm going to be using this tailored tag punch. I'm going to be using the Your Inspiring set. I'm going to be using real red ink. I'm going to need a little bit of Whisper White. I'm using some, I think it's from Sweet Treats, Retired DSP, but I wanted something stripy. So a couple of pieces of that. I'm going to be using a button. I'm not sure if they're retired as well. And some basic black cardstock. Now my cardstock measures, this is only for the tag. So I'm going to use the Your Inspiring stamp from this one. So I'm just going to stamp that because that's all the stamping there is to do. So I'm just going to ink that up. It would have been useful to got it straight before I inked it up, but anyway, let's just check. Yeah, that's nice. So I'm just going to pop that onto there, and then I'm just going to cut it out using the tailored punch, which I think is a lovely punch. And it's still available as a bundle at the minute, so still with 10% off as a retiring item, but it's not retiring, it's carrying forward as a punch itself. It's just the bundle that's retiring. So that's that done. And then the next thing we need, just pop that to one side. It might be useful actually just to edge it off. Yeah, just edge it off in a bit of red. Right, then these two pieces of cardstock measure. This is like an easel fold card, but I'm kind of making up the measurements as I go along because of the scraps I had. So this measures 3.5 inches by 7.25 inches. So that's 8.9 centimetres by 18.4 centimetres. And I've scored it at 2 inches, which is 5 centimetres, and at 4.25 inches, which is 10.8 centimetres. And then I've got another piece of cardstock which measures 5 inches, so that's 12.7 centimetres by 3 and almost a half, which is 8.9 centimetres. And like I said, it's a scrap, so that's why I mean, it would be 3.5 if it wasn't for the fact that it's a scrap. Okay, so I'm just going to burnish those lines. It's very quick to put together. So I'm just having it come up like that, and then this piece is going to be stuck to there. Okay. Now for your DSP, stripy is useful. So doing 3 inches by 5 inches, so that's 12.7 centimetres by 7.6 centimetres. And then you'll need another piece which measures 3 1/8, so that's 7.9 centimetres by 2 inches, which is 5 centimetres. And then all I did was I put these together, lined them up, and all I did was I took a ribbon spool and I just used that, I just drew around the edge to get a nice rounded edge, and I just cut the two pieces together and then just slid this. You'll see that this piece is slightly wider, so I just then slid that over just to overlap there. Okay, so that's it, simple as. So I'm just going to stick that onto there. I'm just going to use tape because that's not plain ball. And then I'm just going to stick that and leave a tiny margin around the edge. And then I'm going to just do the same this piece. And just pop that on there. Just going to leave that slightly flappy at the bottom there. Just going to change my fast views because that one's run out. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the button and I'm going to get a glue dot. I'm just going to stick the button onto the cuff there. Might be a bit too fancy for men's shirt, but never mind. Who said that men can't have fancy buttons? And then I'm just going to stick some tape across there just to fasten my card onto. It's very, very simple, this. And then I'm just going to take my tag, get a couple of dimensionals and use that as a stopper. And it says, "You're inspiring." Now this could be a good card to give to a male teacher, or any teacher for that matter, a colleague. It just overlaps the front of the card, so it's not quite. I just want it to be slightly off the card, and there we go. And that's it. Really, really simple, really, really cute. I love it. You're inspiring, very straightforward, and it can easily stand up on someone's desk. Okay, so that's it, done and dusted. And then I'm going to show you my bridal gown next. And I hope you like that as well. Take care, bye bye.